All right.
I'm Grandma Stuber, your great-grandma, and Charlotte, and I can't think of her name. Shane, their great-grandma. I was born in Peoria, Illinois. I had 7. No, actually 8. But one baby died at 7 months old. So, and I took care of him after school every day. And one day he got sick, and the Lord took him home. And she said, "A storm is coming, come in, come in." So we start rowing toward the bank, and our boat sprung a leak. And so this two boys were in another boat, and they saw what happened, and they stopped, came over to our boat, they rowed over, they helped us out, we got in. Oh, I was so thankful. I said, I'm not ready to die yet. I said, please, Lord, come take care of me. I want to be one of yours. So that's how I gave my life to the Lord. We got safely to shore, and it got home okay. I met Grandpa. He had an uncle that was a choir director at our church. But Grandpa lived in Tremont, and so they didn't have a choir. So Uncle John invited all the fellas to come over to Peoria to sing in our choir. And Dad came. He was in the choir. He also sang with a men's group. And so that's where I got to know him. And then the more we met for practice, the better we got to know each other. We were engaged to be married in August of 1944. And then he got called to the draft. When Jean boarded the bus, she said, "Did you leave anything behind? Did we forget anything?" He said, "It isn't what I forgot, it's what I had to leave behind." So he went overseas, was gone for 2.5 years. But I wanted to be a June bride, so I got everything ready, and hopefully the war ended in 45, and 46 he came home. And we got married he came home in May, and we got married in June. And I had my father, who was not well at all. I wanted to wait until he could walk me down the aisle. And he kept asking me, "When is Jean coming back?" So I was so thankful that I could have him give me away. Brian was the first. He weighed 5'9" when he was born, but he's making up for it ever since. And then there was Linda, sweet little Linda. And then Dennis, and then Jill. Well, Dennis is a chiropractor, and Jill is a homemaker, and Linda's here at caregiver, and Brian is in, what should I say? Well, he's a PR guy. Okay. Brian had 3, Lance, Doug, and Amy. And then Linda's has Cameron and Jordan. And Jill has Nathan, And then Michael is working for his dad, I guess. And then Heather and Sarah, homemakers. Uncle Dennis, they have 3. Jessica's in real estate. And Stephanie is studying on the computer. Ryan is living in Sholo. He's in business. And so is his wife. 61 years. He passed away in 2007, December the 21st. Family is so important. And I tell you, that's the best vitamin you could ever take, is to be with your family and do things together, because you know those days will be gone forever, and you'll be sorry that you didn't think that was that important. Pray together. Teach the children to pray when they're young. And you know, I have to think back one time when Brian was a little boy and Grandpa was working on a job out of town, and it was storming in Tremont. And I had 4 little kids, and he wouldn't be home that night. So it was a bad storm. So we went down, we had a basement, and we sat on the steps of the basement, and we had a drain in the floor, and the water was coming up. And Brian prayed, this little boy, he prayed and said, "Dear Jesus, please make the water go down." And you know, the water just like it disappeared. So the prayer of a little child, and even though we're God's children, our prayers are heard. Well, I'm so proud of all my grandkids. I really am. And all of my children. And when I pray for the spouses also. Be with them. I pray for your health. I pray for your safety. And I pray that we will all walk in the truth and righteousness of the Lord. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path.